It's no secret that 11th edition is literally around the corner. It's going to be dropping next year in 2026. And in this video, I want to talk about it a little bit more. We now have evidence that Games Workshop are changing certain products on their website that are building up now to this 11th edition launch. We'll look at that. We'll talk about that in this video. Also, I want to talk about the rumors circulating about the box set as well, because there's a lot of talking points about this. And I have been hearing things, of course, from my whispers that I want to share. I want to re-go over and just basically try and get the hype, get some discussion about this box set. So let's jump in, let's look at everything, and of course, let's get waffling. Now let's start with the rumors and the things that I've previously discussed in other videos on my channel. Sorry if I'm going over it again, but there's a lot of people that still don't understand what's going on with 11th, and they don't know the theme of it, the models potentially that are going to be inside of it. So the big thing to talk about, first off, is that this launch edition for 11th is going to be different from the other previous launch editions because it's not going to be ultramarine painted. It's going to be painted as Blood Angels. Now, when I say painted as Blood Angels, I don't mean there's going to be Blood Angels specific models inside of it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's painted red rather than painted blue. Toilet seats are gone. Blood Angel drops on there instead. That's all I mean. Why are they doing this? Why is this rumor popped up? Well, apparently this goes back to third or second edition? Again, please correct me if I'm wrong, where they did the Blood Angels versus Orcs. Again, all this is building up to the brand new narrative, the brand new campaign in 11th edition, which is all about the Orcs returning to Armageddon, and there's going to be another big absolute battle there. I'm sure there's going to be even more chapters getting involved. The Black Templars have to be there, right? The Sons of Dawn, the Eternal Crusaders, they're going to be there. The Blood Angels, if this does turn out to be true, of course, they're going to be probably like the main narrative focus of the chapter there. Salamanders may turn up. There's going to be an absolute massive just bloodbath of chapters and orcs all just smashing each other in the face. But that's the narrative for 11th. Orcs versus Marines. And of course, we've been seeing that a lot with some of the actual new stuff that Games Workshop and video games have been putting out. Look at Dawn of War 4. Look at Total War 40k. The trailers that they've been dropping, I'll put some in the background right now, it's very, very orc influenced. And this is all supposed to be releasing around the same time of that edition. I'm not sure about Total War 40k. Maybe that may be a 2027 launch. I'll be very, very surprised if it drops next year, but who the hell knows where they are in their stage of development. But there's a lot of orc themed stuff in there, and I think that adds to the cross-marketing as well, like orcs in video games, orcs on the tabletops. A lot of new models, a lot of new video game content. It works with a new narrative. It works with basically just marketing their product. Now, on top of that, of course, is the rumors, and we've had so many Space Marine rumors. Again, what I've been saying for years now, basically, is that next edition, like the 11th edition, there's supposed to be a theme of fast attack in there. Now, I'm not saying everything's going to be fast attack, but when I say fast attack, apparently there's going to be new land speeders, multi-part outriders, Vanguard veterans, etc. We've heard rumors, of course, that the Raven Wing are supposed to be getting a refresh, which makes sense. If it's going to be multi-part outriders, does that mean they're going to expand the Raven Wing up and, you know, new Samael and new land speeders for them? There's a lot of things to talk about. In this box set, the only big rumor I've heard, and basically a speculation as well to go along with this, the only big rumor I've heard is that in this box set there is going to be a jump chaplain. Again, we've discussed that in previous 11th edition videos. That is nothing big, nothing new. Now, what I think, if they have a jump chaplain in there, surely that means there's going to be other jump troops potentially inside that box set. I'm not sure. That's just my pure speculation. Of course, there's going to be a HQ in there for Space Marines and everything like that. But yes, there's a lot of spicy things out there at the moment. On the orc side, the only thing I've heard from the whispers, which I trust at the moment, again, just because I trust these doesn't mean that you should trust them. All rumors are lies, as I always say, is that the orcs are getting some type of like turret mech thing. Again, we've discussed it in previous videos. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a big massive turret full of orc stuff like you got in the Saturnine box set, but it's like orcified. Absolutely no idea, but I've heard it's going to be like a big orc mech type of turret. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So take that with copious amounts of salt. I'm sure there's going to be so much more stuff now coming forward in the next year. The hype is building up. The 500 Worlds, of course, is the end campaign for this edition, it seems. But I am hearing some other things as well. Some things about like the Eye of Terror, of course, building into Armageddon. But I'm going to discuss those in tomorrow's rumor video because that is going to be very, very spicy. And let's shift this over to the actual evidence we see now from Games Workshop over on their website. A massive shout out to a chap called Steve. I'm going to put this up in the background right now. He messaged me over on Facebook saying this. So basically, what has happened, the Warhammer 40,000 starter set that was, you know, the Tyranids versus the Marines, and it had, you know, all the Terminators in there. They've actually rebranded this now. So it is now the Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol starter set. It's no longer like the 10th edition starter set at all. It actually says, like, look, this product was previously known as the Warhammer 40,000 Ultimate Starter Set. You may receive a box with that name in your order. It will still include the contents as described above. So it's basically just a rebrand now. All that 10th edition stuff that we got, that we had back in the day, it's all going out the door. It's just being rebranded. It's not disappearing or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. It's just being rebranded because, of course, on the horizon, they've got to start marketing now this brand new edition, and they don't want to get people confused with, you know, a starter set for the edition when it's like the last edition type of thing. So all this stuff is now happening over on the GW website. Next year, the first start of the year, I think we are going to get a big preview show, if I'm not mistaken. I know what people keep asking me, what about Horus Heresy and stuff like that. I am hearing that Custodes are supposed to be shown off at the start of next year. Hopefully that turns out to be true. Yes, they are supposed to be getting some plastic stuff. I'm not sure what plastic stuff they're getting. I theorize it could be vehicles like dreadnoughts and their tanks and stuff that are currently in resin, but that is another subject for another day. But big preview show. Is it going to be showing off the 11th edition stuff? No. Like, again, this 11th edition is supposed to be launching around the end of spring, start of summer, which normally always happens. So it's probably going to be a few months away yet until we start seeing some stuff from GW. Unless it leaks, of course, online, like everything normally does when it comes to GW. Remember the Saturnine box set? Some guy got that in America and put it on the Facebook Marketplace. And that was just an absolutely wild, just what the hell's going on time. But yeah, 11th edition is coming. There's rumors. They're starting to build up the evidence right now. The year is coming to an end. We've been waffling about this now for bloody, like, since, what, like a year and a half ago, really, about 11th edition. The big thing about this for me is that from what I've been hearing, like I said at the start of the video, is that this is not going to be themed with the Ultramarines. This is going to be themed with the Blood Angels. The Blood Angels are coming, but they're not getting new models in that type of sense. They're just painted bloody red. Anyway, enough waffling. I'm just recycling stuff, right? I love the sound of my own voice, Reddit says. Of course I do. I'm Northern. Who wouldn't? Have a great day. Have a great time. If I don't see you before Christmas, then Merry Christmas, right? Have all the turkey, all the roasters, everything you get. The gravy. British gravy is better than American gravy. I don't care what you Americans say. Your gravy is F tier to our S tier gravy. See you in a bit. Have a great day, evening, night, where you are in the world. And bye-bye.